Live, live, live. We're back. I'm here. How are you guys doing today? What a day. Monday. No, not Monday. Thursday, September 27th, 2018. It feels like a Monday because I took yesterday off, but I didn't take yesterday off. I was driving home from Calgary to get to here, but it feels like I wasn't on yesterday, like it was a Sunday. So it kind of feels like a Monday, but it's not a Monday. It's a Thursday. How are you guys? It's Bruce here with Traveling with Bruce. I'm back in Creston. Happy to be back in Creston, and glad you're here to join me. I'm just, pardon me, I'm just opening a can of my favorite beverage, my caffeine-free Diet Coke, which I've been missing, and I'm pouring it into another item I've been missing, my own TWB mug. Cheers to all of you today. Welcome to the show. Good to be back in familiar surroundings. A gorgeous day here in Creston, British Columbia. Beautiful weather out here in Western Canada lately. The leaves are beginning to turn big time now, and in Calgary they're falling off like crazy. They're just falling off the trees. You go down some of the side streets in the city of Calgary, especially the streets where the houses were built in the 30s and the 40s, that vintage. You're talking about massive maple trees and oak trees and others where the leaves have been coming down and have been gathering on the side of the road like snowbanks almost. You know, they're just, oh, it's unbelievable. We're here in British Columbia. We're a little behind. We're still sort of more summer than fall at the moment. We're probably 65 degrees today, mainly sunny and stunningly beautiful. The smoke in the air is gone from all those forest fires. The forest fires are a fraction of what they once were. I don't know how many are left. I'm hoping that they're virtually gone. My friends in California, I hope you guys are over all of that or most of it. I'm just hoping it'll just be done with, and we'll kind of go from there. All right. I'm glad to be back. I'm glad you're here with me. I noticed some of you have signed in today. I don't expect a big crowd today because today on U.S. television, it's all about, well, that. And I admit I've been watching it too. Jen has been watching it too, and it is not happy viewing at all, but it is monumental, isn't it? But I'm not going there. I'm trying not to go there, and I want to talk about, well, what I'd like to talk about, which is cruise ships. And some of you are talking about the leaves falling off too, and I'm really happy about that. We are here not to talk about certain things because that's not my thing. And thank you for joining me and tolerating this poor quality talk show or whatever we call it. By the way, I got to give out a shout out today to our pals Cruising with Wheels. I don't know if any of you've seen it or not, but they were kind enough to give a number of YouTubers a shout out on a video they did this morning. They released, I think, first thing in the morning. And they mentioned my channel name, and they threw up a very good picture of me wearing one of my shirts. And they commented on some of their favorite YouTube channels, and one of them was me. And I thank them so much for the shout out. As you all know, who are regulars of mine, if you're a regular of mine, you know my mission in life. Just a minute, I'm just writing something down here. My mission in life is to grow my channel to make it a relevant force in YouTube. And for me, this channel is my, I want it to be my living. And I'm building this up to grow to a certain point where I can theoretically survive from it economically. And so one of those strategies is to just build up the viewership and the following and all that. And so when I get a shout out from a channel where I have right now 3,753 subscribers, which by the way is 42 more than the last time I saw you. Welcome 42 newbies, by the way. When I get a shout out I'm at 3,753 and someone with 5,500 subscribers gives you a shout out, I appreciate that. That is huge. That is absolutely wonderful. And I try to pay it forward. There are channels that are not as large as mine, like D&G Explorers. They're right here. They just signed in. I give out shout out to those guys every chance I get because I know what it was like when I had 300 odd subscribers. A lot of you diehards who are here with me, you were watching me when I only had 300 subscribers. And here we are, more than 10 times that size and still growing. So thank you, both you guys over at Cruising with Wheels. Thank you so much for your shout out today. I really appreciate it. I know D&G was thrilled. They gave a shout out to Lolito Loca, who I know you folks know that they pop by from time to time. I know the two of them say hi to me. It's great. And like I said, this channel here, my channel, I do not mind mentioning other YouTube channels out there. I'm a supporter of the platform. I love the platform. I think it's fantastic that people like myself, younger or my age, can do what we're doing and talk to our peeps and have fun. I love it. And thank you everybody so much. Also, quick, just thank yous again to all of you the last few days catching my show out of Calgary. Thank you for joining me last Saturday on my birthday. Thank you for that. And the donations that have been coming in and the kind words and support from on the Amazon site and on Traveling with Bruce, the merchandise page. Thank you. And last night, I got home last night, and I'm just going to double check. Yeah, he's here. Just want to make sure somebody was here. I got home last night, and this was in my mailbox from a fellow by the name of Thomas Henry. Not the first time he sent me something. I welcome anyone who wants to mail me something. It's a big deal around here. Thomas Henry, I got your envelope, and thank you again so much. And I thought I'd open it on the air. I did open it last night, but I thought I would do it again and show off what we have here. Inside here is a postcard from Martinique. I don't know if you can see it. Okay, yeah, there it is. Beautiful hummingbird on there. A beautiful red flower from Martinique. And on the back it says, here's a nice postcard to brighten up the set. Your fans, Tom and Cindy Henry. Yeah, love that. Thank you very much. I'm not sure where to put it, Tom. I mean, I got your picture here already. And I mean, well, I put it here. No one's going to see it. So, I'm not sure how to do that, Henry. But for now, I'm just going to let you peek over top of it here. I'm just going to put it right there. And I'll figure that out tonight, how I'm going to redo it. There's a little note in here. And a couple other things came tumbling out. Pardon me. First of all, a fridge magnet. I love this. Can you guys see that okay? It's a bit glary. I'm going to try to, I'm watching it and watching me at the same time. There it is. Richmond fridge magnet from Richmond, Virginia. How about that? That is going on the fridge for sure. Any of you guys have fridge magnets you want me to have, by all means, fire me a fridge magnet. That is fantastic. Thank you so much. That is absolutely genius. Thank you. And then not to be done with that, he does this. He sends me a Costco cash card with a fairly substantial amount on it. I think I'm going to kind of not say how much that is, but thank you, Tom and Cindy, so much. We will be probably Saturday taking advantage of that. Fabulous. Love it. All right. Greetings, Bruce and Jen is the letter. I'm just going to read the note to him, from him to us. Enjoy another hot dog or two at Costco with the enclosed gift card. Hope this letter finds its way to you faster than the last time. I plan to go to the USPO window, U.S. Post Office window, to see what faster options are available. I tried to cheat and buy a card online, but when I got to the checkout, the address area would not accept any Canadian address. They said, or any Canadian data. It said they ship from Minnesota, so I figured they were halfway there already. It would be a quick deal. I mean, it's Minnesota. You're right next to Canada. I mean, come on. Back to plan A and a visit to the store. Luckily, it's only about 4.5 miles. That gets you over the border. I thought of you while en route to New York City in June for my Harry Potter play, and picked up the enclosed magnet in the airport. So you'll have a nice trinket from Richmond, VA. Keep up the great work. I look forward to spending time with you and our friends each day. Thank you. Beautiful. Thanks. Having a tough day. Okay. Cheers. been working all day to try to figure out what to do today. I only found a few pieces of news to talk about, but trying to gather myself. Coming back from Calgary, pardon me, I'm working on it. Part of the reason to go to Calgary was to say goodbye to our daughter. She's headed to Los Angeles. Just hang in there. I'll get to it. She's heading to Los Angeles, and when you get older, it gets harder. When you're young and something good happens, you get all charged up. But when you get older, something happens to someone you love, and it's a good thing. It's great, but you feel it. So, sorry, folks. Anyway, the good news is the kid's doing great. She's going to LA because they love her. She's being placed there by her employer for a few months. We're looking forward to seeing her. We're hoping to combine a visit to LA, perhaps with a cruise. I'm scheming, I'm working it, but you repress and hold back emotions, and you like I say, you get older and you it's tough. All right, there you go. So on the one hand, you say goodbye. On the other hand, you say, I'll see you shortly. I'm sort of getting over it by saying I'm closer to LA right now than she is, because she leaves on Sunday. She'll fly overhead, head further south, and for us to catch up to her in person, we have to go to LA. Such a problem. I'm really looking forward to that. So, but on the other hand, it's kind of like saying goodbye to your kid when they go to college. They're out of town, and even though she's 6 hours away, now it's about 24 hours with the car. Anyway, can drive to Spokane, fly down there, and be there in 6 hours. So it's a small world. We'll be all right. Anyway, sorry, folks. It's been such a long day today. I have to turn the TV off sometimes. But what are you going to do? Anyway, let me say hi to who's here. I'll talk to you a little bit about cruise news. But again, Cruising with Wheels, thanks you guys. DNG, Lita Loca, everybody. Dawn's Family Vacations, Cruise Tips TV, Any of the other YouTubers I love to watch. A lot of them, a lot of them just make my day. I don't know about you, but there are channels out there that just inspire me, and they get me fired up, and they make me want to work harder. I love doing this, as you know, and I hope I never have a show like this again. This is a tough show today. Peter Heckema. Thank you, Peter. Saying hi to me from Tarpon Springs. Robert Brent, everyone. He's in San Juan, Puerto Rico. It's 88 in St. Thomas. Celebrity Equinox is in Port, he says. Ramade's Plantation. Robert, welcome from the island. Glad you're here. Kat, hey, Robert. Robert Brent saying hi to everybody. Paul Wilgus, hello, Bruce. 74 in Virginia. Paul, welcome back. Brittany. Hi, Brittany. Can't read it. Can't read much today. Who else is here? Sylvan, buddy, thank you. And Tom Henry. Wes Morrison, thank you, Wes, for coming by. Ed Tolleson from the Big Apple. How are you, buddy? Welcome. Let's see, Robert. He says I'm a good businessman, but I'm a better poker player. Oh my gosh. Sylvan, hi, Paul. Yeah, talk about those nominations, the nomination hearings. Oh my gosh, unbelievable. What a wreck. So many people are. It's just terrible. Crazy Rich Guys, just Kaya. I'm here. Hi, Kaya. Nina Frank, Sweden. Hi there from windy Sweden. Welcome. Crazy Rich Guys. Hi, Paul. Let's see. Kat's here. D&G. Hi, Bruce. Family at work. Couldn't resist stopping by. Thanks, guys. Let's see here. D&G. Awesome to get recognized. It sure is. Yeah, sure is. I remember the first time I reached out to a YouTuber. I was only about 2 months into it, and I wanted to do a video about my favorite YouTubers, because at the time I still didn't know for sure what I was going to do. I hadn't figured out the cruise ship angle to its entirety, and I was still kind of discovering it. And I wanted to do a video about some of my channels that I like to watch, and the influencers, the YouTube influencers. When you have a channel like I do, or like anyone does, D&G, everybody, when you have a channel, you need all the help you can get. You need to you need to lean on people who know what they're doing. And there were a few influencers that I was watching early on, even before I started, to sort of get a handle on just what was involved in doing this. I mean, talking into a little circle like that is one thing, and you know, putting the lighting on is another, and then you're scripting and all that. But you just need to have someone talk to you that you can sort of learn from, and you can try and experiment. You know, some of the suggestions they're coming up with. Of course, my channel's different than anyone else's. Lolita Loca is different. Dawn's Family Vacations is different. D&G is different. We all different channels. We do things in our own way. We're our own unique personalities. There are gaming channels out there. I'm not a gamer. You know, there are people who love to perform, and you know, that kind of thing. So it depends on the kind of work you do, and it varies, right? So I found a few influencers that really inspired me, and still watch them to this day. Anyway, I wanted to do a video and just thank them. And I didn't want to just say it. I thought, well, if I could show an image of them, even if it was like some video but no sound, you know. But I was so afraid of the copyright thing. I didn't want to step on anyone's toes. After all, you know, who do you think you are? You got 50 subscribers. You know, you can't just go out and take someone else's work and put it on your channel. I mean, I don't want to be doing that. I don't want to make anyone mad at YouTube and that kind of thing. So I reached out and I sent emails through their connections, like through their channel about pages and so on. And I just contacted them. I sent out about, oh gosh, about 7 or 8 little, a couple sentences, this is, my name is Bruce and I have a YouTube channel called Traveling with Bruce, and told them what I wanted to do. Would it be all right? And wow, there were several that responded to me, and one of them had 90,000 subscribers. 90,000. Nick Nimitz is his name. Nick. I believe Nick lives in, either in Taipei, Taiwan, or Singapore. Forgive me, Nick. I'm not sure. I know you live in the Orient. Great channel for guys like me. He responded. I said, yeah, sure. Yeah, no problem. Go ahead. Because I asked him, could I use a 10-second clip of you just talking? And, I would put your name on the screen and tell my viewers about you and put a link to your channel in my thing. A guy with 50 subscribers. I'm going to promote you on my YouTube channel. Sure, you bet. No problem, Bruce. You betcha. I use a software when I make videos called Power Director. Power Director. Tough time today. Tough time. Anyway, same thing. 40,000 subscribers. They too gave me the green light. Great guy. And several others went behind it. And after I did the video, I posted it, and then I sent a link to all these guys saying, I made a video, included you in the video, blah, blah, blah. And the night that the video aired, within 20 minutes of the video airing, the Power Director people with 40,000 subscribers did a shout out on Twitter for me. And they did a shout out on Facebook and told their viewers, go check him out. He just did a video, gave us a shout out. Great guy. What a wonderful gesture, blah, blah, blah. I think I gained 15 subscribers in like a day. I couldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe it. I gained 15 subscribers from them. That was just, just blew me away. Anyway, so I know how it feels to be highlighted and mentioned, and I very much appreciate it. So I get the chance to reply and give back. Yeah, big time. Big time. Okay. Anyway, there you go. That's not what I'm bawling about, though. I'm just having a tough day. Okay, Donnell. Hi, buddy. I'm from Dublin. I'm here from Dublin, where I've been since Tuesday, heading home tomorrow. 52 here, first rain all week today. I got soaking wet. Glad I brought my laptop with me. Donnell, welcome from Ireland. Thank you. Sorry about the show today. It's a tough one. I'm glad you're here. Just saw Robert Brandt make a donation to the channel. Thank you. It's not my best effort. Thank you, Robert. As always. Thomas, thank you. If I haven't said it already. Okay. Dilly. .com mom is here. Hi, .com mom. Let's see. Who else is here? Arnie Texan. Wish I could be there to help you. Thank you, Arnie. Holding it together, barely. Let's see. Kind words, you guys. I'm having trouble reading them, but thank you. Ed, right back at you. You make my day too. Gosh. Kenrick, how you doing, buddy? Welcome to the show. This is an unusual show. One sec, folks. I need a Kleenex over here. I'm not going anywhere. I'll be right there. Oh my goodness. My God. If I don't do this, it'll get ugly. Oh my God. Anyway, Kenrick, welcome back. MGTO All America line is building on its popular collection of immersed culinary themed food and wine. I've been reading about that. I got to read more up on it so I can talk a bit more about it. They're talking about 20 new tours throughout Asia, Australia, New Zealand. Well, way to go, MG. This is interesting stuff on Holland America. There's some neat stuff coming out. I noticed lately, like 2020, Disney is talking about 2020 cruises, Princess, you know, and which is normal. It's 2018 and 3/4. So of course you're going to talk about trips now for 2020. As a cruise line operator, I'd be releasing the schedule right now for 20 and 21, as you want people to book early and book right away. And I want to get these ships as booked up as I can, as you know, as much as I can in 2018, knowing that I've got a, you know, 3/4 sold out ship already. I only have the last quarter to work on, that kind of thing. So it's good to see this coming out. Some of the stuff that's going to be done by some of these lines is going to be pretty interesting. Looking forward to that. Let's see here. Who else is here? Sorry, Lisa. Sorry, Desi, what's going on? Oh, sorry, Desi, it's a tough day. What are you doing to Bruce? It's not my subscribers. It's all right. Okay, news for the day I had was about Princess Cruises. They announced today that 2 of their ships are going to be retired from their North American fleet and are going to be moved to P&O Australia. This is all, by the way, all inside the Carnival family. So, I mean, you could say Carnival is transferring ships from one line to another, where Princess is saying, we're saying goodbye to 2 cruise ships. P&O Australia is going to be going, we're saying hi to two new cruise ships. Princess Cruise Lines is going to take the Golden Princess, built originally in 2001, 951 feet long, 118 feet wide, 2,600 passengers originally, with 1,100 crew. It's going to leave the fleet in 2020, and it's going to P&O Australia. They're going to call it the Pacific Adventure. They're probably going to do, obviously, a dry dock improvement on her. Obviously, they'll retrofit her for P&O Australia lines. But the story is that the ship now has 3,100 capacity. So in the last upgrade, the last dry dock they probably added 200 plus rooms, maybe inside rooms, to up the capacity of the ship to 3,100. And it's going over to P&O Australia in 2020. And the reason for that, of course, is that there's a new ship coming out, the Sky Princess. Where did I write that down? Here it is. The Sky Princess is coming out next year. It's 3,660 passengers large. It's the sister ship to the Royal Princess, the Regal Princess, the Majestic Princess. It's the 4th one. It's 1,083 feet long and probably 130 feet wide. I believe the Royal Princess was the ship that the Lucases were on their back-to-back cruise when they did the 2 cruises in the Caribbean and the trip up to Copenhagen on the repositioning. So this is going to be just like her, of course, the newest version thereof. The second ship that Princess is dropping off is going to be known as Sky Princess. I'm incorrect. Sorry, it's Star Princess. I'll get it right. Star Princess is the second ship to be retired by Princess Cruise Lines. It's going over to P&O Australia in 2021. They haven't got a new name yet for it. They'll rename it fairly shortly, I'm sure, probably in the next year or so. It was built in 2002, refurbished in 2017. It was 951 feet long. 2,600 passengers was the original build as well. I don't know if it's been remodified to 3,100 or not. Maybe it's going to be done. And that's that one is going over in 2021. And I believe in 2021, 22, they're getting another new ship. This is back to Princess now. Princess is getting a new ship, in 2020. So they got one in 2019, in 2020, 2022, 23. So Princess is adding ships one after the other. These older ships are getting shipped out. The newer, larger ships are being brought in. And so Princess's numbers of ships will be at about the same level for the next couple of years. But in 2022, 23, 24, I think their numbers will start to go even higher. And these new ships are larger, as we all know, because that's the direction of cruise lines. And that's where they're headed right now. The other news I thought about or heard about, and I think we mentioned it, was Carnival Horizon is in Miami now, with about 4,000 passengers. And it'll be sailing out of Miami now. It's sailing out of Miami now. It moved out of New York, and it's doing its sailings, 6 and 8 day Caribbean cruises. And then the other news is, of course, the last of the Bliss, so the NCL Bliss out of Alaska. That's pretty well done. I think the Bliss is in Vancouver this weekend, maybe. It was in the city of Vancouver for maybe its one and only visit this year. I can't quite remember. And then the Bliss heads to Los Angeles, and we'll be doing a couple of cruises out of LA, and we'll be doing a number of Panama Canal cruises. And I think I mentioned a repositioning cruise on the Bliss last week while in Calgary at an unbelievable deal. It was like $800 for an inside room. I'm like, wow. Great deal. So yeah, that should be pretty cool. That's kind of the news that's going on right now. It's just some operational stuff. I did a video yesterday. I did two actually. And thank you for those of you who have been watching these videos. Very quick and short and to the point. I made them literally between 3 and 6 in the morning. I got one up on the YouTube channel in the morning, which had to do with the Pullmantur Sovereign cruise ship. I read a bulletin that came out of Italy that she had a collision in Naples while coming into port. She ran into there were high winds at the time, some really nasty winds at the time, and that the ship had sustained some damage to the port end itself. I then found a second story confirming that first story. I put a video together quickly with some. Just some photos of the ship and the port area that we're talking about to give you folks an idea of just how busy Naples is. If any of you have ever been to Naples, you know that ferries run through Naples all the time. Ferry ships, big ferry ships. Cruise lines are in and out of there. It's also the port, the container port is just off the one side. Very busy port, and to bring a cruise ship in to dock is a tricky maneuver. I guess yesterday it was really difficult because of the high winds, and apparently there was some sort of contact made. Now, I will admit to this. I did notice, during the day sometime as I was driving back, I did see a tweet come out from Pullmantur, not denying that they had contact, but that the contact they said was made was between its ship, the Pullmantur Sovereign anchor line, the chain, and an anchor line of another ferry ship. Where I had read about contact with the pier, damage to the ship, and several ferries were delayed getting either in or out of Naples because of this incident. Well, Pullmantur tried to just downplay it to virtually almost nothing happened. It was no big deal, and the Pullmantur cruise ship went on its merry way at the end of the day to continue its voyage. All is fine. And I've been looking today for an update. I can't find one. So it obviously wasn't like catastrophically bad. It wasn't like the Carnival Horizon bumping into Pier 90 in New York, leaving definite marks where those pillars were bent right over. There's no photos anywhere that I can find at this point, but I'll look again tonight and see if I can find anything on it. I'll do what I can. So I'm trying to be as accurate as I can on these stories, but there's only so much that's coming out. Cruise lines do not brag about bumping into anything. They don't go to Carnival for an update on the Horizon crashing into Pier 90. They're not going to say nada. They're throw away the key. Nothing coming your way. But the Pullmantur people are exactly the same. They're not going to brag about having an incident in Naples, Italy. That's not good for business. So that was one. The other video I did, I tried to load it up yesterday morning twice, couldn't get it to go. Had the video all ready to roll, and then I got it out last night when I got back here to Creston. I sat down and plugged in my computer, and I got it loaded up in like 5 minutes. It was like nothing. I had the video in my computer all day waiting to go, and got it up last night. It was an update on the tropical storm called Kirk, like Captain Kirk. 4 days ago, I think I talked about this thing, 5 days ago, and it was a tropical storm in the Atlantic. It might have become a hurricane for a half a day only, went back to a tropical storm. Then it turned down to like a tropical depression without a name, but then it came back to a tropical storm, and they're calling it Kirk again. And it is moving at about 16, 18 miles an hour, heading straight west, and it's going to run into Dominica, Martinique, Guadalupe, St. Lucia, Barbados, a number of islands, and forgive me if I'm missing any. I'm sorry, but the story goes that that it will be running over there rather quickly. The winds will be tropical storm force, so they can be gale force. So we're still talking winds of anywhere from 35 to 60 miles an hour with substantial rain. This is not good for tropical islands that depend on cruise passengers and people flying in for 1 week holidays. But the good news is that storm is supposed to just keep right on going. It's not going to do one of these Florence deals where it gets there and stops and just turns overhead and drops rain for a week. It's just going to keep right on going. On the other hand, our friends in Puerto Rico may be affected on the South Shore, Dominican Republic on the southern end, maybe Jamaica, maybe not. It all depends on where where the storm heads, what the winds will do with it, whether it has any more, strengthening or not. And so I'll follow that as best I can. Those are the two videos I posted yesterday. One in the morning, one last night, and I'm up to speed. So again, thank you everybody for any of you who are watching that. If any of you are posting those videos on YouTube to friends, like to your friend, thank you for that too. I appreciate it. All right. Anyway, there you go. Let's see. I think I'm getting better now. Thank you everybody for your patience today. It's been a long day. I'm on tonight at 8 o'clock. I promise it's trivia and it's going to be fun. I've got my trivia questions done. I'm ready to go. Let me just take a look at the topics here. Got some top 10s. I know we love those quick 10s. I got some geography. I got some music coming. Food. I got some food. I got trivia. So I'm ready to roll, and I'm going to try to not watch TV between now and then. And just get ready for my show. Whatever. Let's see here. Who else is here? Everyone's sending me their kind wishes. Thank you, everybody. Crazy Rich guys. Just sent you the pen to use with that thing you have to pick up. Yeah, I gathered what this thing was, and I cannot wait for this thing. Folks, I'm talking in code, because there's this thing that I have to go get just on the other side of the 49th parallel that has arrived. And that looks like it's going to be Saturday, because Saturday is the day I think Jen and I are heading to Costco in Idaho, in Coeur d'Alene. I've got this new, this fancy dancy little thing called a Costco cash gift card. I'm going to be using this, but I have to stop at a little packaging center to pick up an item that has been sent my way from a friend of ours from St. Thomas, U.S. Virgin Islands. And to say the least, I can't wait to see this thing. I'm quite excited about it. But now I understand what you're sending me, that pen thingy is confirming what I think it is. And oh my goodness, I've been having trouble sleeping. Randy, greetings to Bruce and all. The hot sunny here on the Ridge in Paradise, high 95 today. 10 days till our next cruise on Liberty of the Seas out of Galveston. Randy, that's going to be so great. And of course, I'm so spoiled by you guys. I'm expecting updates live when I'm on the air. It's just me. Although I don't know if that ship will be equipped for Wi-Fi like you had on the Princess or not, the Royal Princess. But we'll see what's going on. We'll see what happens. Crazy Rich guys. And I paid for it, Robert Fred saying on that pen thing. I paid for that. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, paid for it with my credit card. Yeah, okay. Oh, I can't wait till Saturday till I get that. That should be fun. Oh my gosh. Unbelievable. Kat Rose, I want smaller ships. Not sure I want to be on a mega ship. Kat, I got to tell you, don't worry about a big ship. Do not fret about a big ship. I will admit that Jennifer and I, we complained a little bit, just a little bit, about the Norwegian Epic cruise ship, because it was the biggest ship we'd been on to that point in time. What was it, 4,200 passengers? The next largest ship that I had been on was about 3,800 or 3,600, which was the Explorer of the Seas. And then prior to that, I would have been on ships around 2,500 people, maybe 2,700. I found that when we were on like the Oosterdam or the Princess, the Royal Princess or Regal Royal Princess. No, not Royal Princess. I forget the name of the Princess ship I was on. Pardon me, folks. Rough day. Those ships were 2,700 passengers. I didn't find them to be small. I didn't find them to be medium. I found them to be fantastic. I love them. Love the size of them. I didn't feel that they were small cruise ships or anything like that. Then I went on the Explorer of the Seas and then the Epic, and I didn't find them to be big. I guess so. I found them to be unique in their own way, and enjoyable, because a cruise, for a cruise ship traveler, and this is for me speaking about me, all right? I love doing certain things on a cruise ship that work for me. And one of the biggies for me is I'm going on there to relax. I'm getting away from the pressures of the day, pressures of house and home. I just want to get out of there, and I want to be in a setting where I don't have to do laundry, dishes, worry about what to make, when to eat, fitting into someone else's schedule, working with Jennifer or Jennifer Jr. about what to do. It's all good. It's just Jennifer and I having our own little getaway, and it's to get away from the routine. And big ship, small ship, doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. Someone said to me once, well, when you're on the big ship, I guess you didn't feel the sea. You know, it would be so big that you wouldn't even feel the waves. We were on the Explorer of the Seas, and we went through a bomb cyclone storm from New York going south past the Carolinas, and we got tossed around like a ping pong ball on that thing. And I was shocked. I was, you know, I was not like totally shocked, but I was like, wow, this is really something. This ship does move, and it's noticeable. I can't walk down the hallway without this because the ship is moving on me. Whereas I'd been on the Oosterdam, which is much smaller, much lighter, and you know, I felt just ever so slight movement when we were at a sea day, but nothing uncomfortable whatsoever, just ever so slight. So the size of the ship, no, it doesn't matter. If the sea is angry, the sea is angry, and there's nothing you can do about it. The good news is that cruise lines try not to do that. They try not to go through storms unless they have to. And in the case of the Explorer of the Seas, we just started our trip out of New York on a Friday, and we had to be in Labadee a day and a half, 2 days later, and they wanted to get there, and they were going through the storm as it was coming at us. So we figured that the captain I knew was thinking, it's going this way, we're going this way, we'll just pass in the night, and the next day that storm will be here, and the ship will be here, and we'll be through it. Well, no, it didn't work that way. The storm was much larger than we had worried about. I didn't know anything about it. Didn't matter to me. But the captain and the crew realized, oh, geez, overnight we went through a lot of it, and we had to go through it the whole next day as well. And it was a rough one. The day after was much smoother, and the day after, smooth as glass. It was great. But a big ship can get some motion as well. It's just the way it is. But as far as lineups go, you know, when because your argument might be, well, I don't want to be involved with a bunch of crowds. I want to get away from the massive hordes of people. The only time you're going to run into a lot of people on a cruise ship is if you're doing something at the same time. And the first time you do something at the same time is muster drill time on the first day when you're leaving. You all have to take the muster drill, you like it or not, and you better do it. The second time you're going to get together with a bunch of people at the same time would be seeing a show. You're going to see the show in the main theater. The theater can hold 700, 800, 900, 1,200 people, depending on the size of the ship. Well, of course, you're going to be with 1,000 people. Yeah, that's the way it is. But the theater has multiple entrances and exits, multiple levels of entry and exit. And so they can move 1,000 people in and out of there in like 8 to 10 minutes. It's incredible how efficient these things are. So you just buy into that. The other time you'll run into a crowd is if you're on a sea day and it's after dinner time. It's about 8, 9 at night, and you're heading to the casino. A lot of people are going to want to throw 10 or 20 bucks into a nickel slot machine and play at the slots. You're going to see a lot of people there. It's kind of like Vegas, but that's to be expected. What I found for me is I found plenty of places on the ship where I could go and be alone, and I could go and enjoy the amenities and not have to be, surrounded by hordes. I love taking a walk around the promenade deck or walking along the top deck, way up above the pool deck and looking down into the pool area, looking out over the sea. There are plenty of places you can go on a cruise ship to be alone and get the alone time. And during the day, yes, a sea day, a lot of people will be at the swimming pool. Yep, that's true. But, you can always go and play trivia, or you can go play bingo, or you can go watch a daytime run movie somewhere. You can go for walk through the art gallery, head to the library, hang out on your balcony. There's just so many ways to find your own little nook and cranny on these new ships, these giant behemoths of cruise ships. They may have 5,000 to 6,000 passengers on board, but oh my goodness, the amount of space you have to enjoy that vessel is incredible. 18 levels, 1,000 feet long, 150 feet wide. Oh my gosh, it's fantastic. So don't discount a mega ship. Just I would not discount it, really. If you find a good deal for a mega ship, take that deal and experience it. See for yourself. You might be surprised, or your fears may be confirmed that you didn't like it. On the other hand, you might be surprised and go, that wasn't what I thought it was going to be. This is great. You never know. There you are. Let's go here. Randy's saying hi to me. AC Super Sport. My birthday's in 3 days. Yay! Way to go, AC. We're getting older. Tracy, love your short videos on YouTube too. It's great. Thank you, Tracy, so much. Nina, hi, Randy. Just thinking about you, Robert Brandt. A lump of coal in Kavanaugh's lips right now would be a big diamond in no time. Oh my God. Oh, nasty. Everyone's being nasty. What can I say? Brittany saying the Sovereign, I think, was launched the year I was born. Brittany, in 2020, Disney will have cruises out of New Orleans. That's true. She's saying, never mind, it was the wrong ship. I'm thinking of something else. Paul, everyone's saying hi to everybody here. So just pardon me as I go through these messages. Ghetto Gothics is wondering, when is Kirk making landfall? I think it is tomorrow, but it won't be long. It's just going to go right over. These islands are going to get the center of the storm for like an hour, and it's just going to keep right on passing by. So it's probably affecting, the winds are probably affecting the islands already, the outer bands, and then for the next 48 hours, they'll experience rain and showers. Hopefully not too much damage. It certainly isn't any kind of category hurricane. It's nothing like that. It just hasn't had time to get that big. Let's see. MG Toke, Carnival should build a new class of ship called the Rays to compete with Viking, like all inclusive. You wonder if that's going to happen. I know that Carnival does own. Let me think about the brands here. Carnival, they own Seabourn. I believe Carnival owns Seabourn. Region 7 Seas is Norwegian, and Oceania is Norwegian, and they're more or less all inclusives. There's no question that Viking is unto itself a unique cruise line. 930 odd passengers a ship, all inclusive, everything. Really high grades, always high grades from the passengers. Absolutely fantastic. Let's see here. I'm reading conversations between people because there's no fun watching me today. I'll tell you that. Let's see here. MG's thinking maybe Pacific Princess should be redone and make it an all-inclusive. Robert saying the huge ships have a lot of amenities, but smaller ships let you meet people and get in smaller ports. I do agree with that, especially the smaller of the smaller ships. Yes. Rob Sutter, good evening, everybody. Hi, Rob. How you doing, buddy? MG told the mega ships are way too big. They don't even have a walk-around promenade. They are just big shopping centers. Robert, they are big shopping centers with bars and restaurants. There's no doubt about that. Let's see, Robert, how are you today? MG, crazy questions. I think I can breathe again. Sylvan, in rough weather, it's important to maintain headway. At least you lose control of the ship. Every time you talk about that, Bomb Suckin', I wish I'd been there. You could have held my hand, I'll tell you that. Oh, I was a mess. Oh gosh. Let's see here. Robert Brandt won a free bucks in the casino. Made the little 2-day trips free. How about that? A few dollars. Not bad. Let's see here. Not everyone should gamble. Robert is saying. And Britt saying, Bruce, I've been enjoying the show. Well, anyway, there you go. The cruise game. Some ships, as big as they are well, I'll put it to you this way: when the Sovereign cruise ship for Pullmantur, when it was first launched, it was the largest ship at sea, 2,100 passengers and 950 feet long, and at that time, it got all the press of the world. The largest cruise ship ever launched by Royal Caribbean. I believe it's called Sovereign of the Seas, and now it's called the Sovereign. And today, the Pullman Tour Sovereign is, I don't know if it's in the top 30 anymore. Every ship is bigger than the Sovereign that was originally created. When Royal Caribbean started coming out with the another class of ship, like the Explorer of the Seas and the Brilliance of the Seas, and those are then the biggest ships in the world. And then, of course, the Oasis class, they're now the biggest ships in the world from a tonnage point of view and length and so on. So it continuously evolves and evolves and evolves. And no one thought back in the 1980s, they could not imagine that a ship more than 2,500 passengers could ever exist, because the Queen Elizabeth and the Queen Mary and the Norway, the SS France, these were ships in the 2,000 range, 2,100 passenger range. They thought there's just no way. But of course, way back when, you had a much higher passenger to crew ratio for 2,000 passengers. You would have had maybe 1,200 crew for 2,000 passengers. Now you've got 3,600 passengers with a crew ratio. What would that be here? 3,660 passengers on the new Sky Princess, only 1,300 crew. 1,300 crew for 3,600 people. My goodness, that is incredible. That's so low, a crew number, compared to what it would have been back in the day in the 50s. Back in the 50s, a 3,600 passenger ship, which didn't exist, had it existed, it would have had at least 2,000, 2,200 crew. At least. You're talking 6,000 people at sea. Undoable. There's how can you feed 6,000 people for 7 days across the Atlantic? The ships weren't big enough to handle it. Now today, here we have a 3,660 passenger ship with 1,300 crew, and the cruise ships have the ability to pick up provisions at various ports on these cruises. It used to be you picked up everything and dropped off everything in Fort Lauderdale, the beginning and the end of the cruise, or Miami. But today, you can pick up booze in St. Thomas. You can pick up other product in San Juan. You can drop stuff up over here. These cruise lines are making these trips much more palatable for the size of ships that they're creating, which is smart, because if you think about it, why should you carry enough food and alcohol or particularly heavy product for all 7 days of a cruise when you only need it for the last 2? Maybe you have enough for the first 3 days, then the middle 2 or 3 days, and then in the ending 2 or 3 days. You can do these constant turnarounds because the ships are going into ports anyway. But again, it all depends. Certain cruises that go longer than 7 days, I would think 14 days, 22 days, 28 days, it would make sense to definitely have drop-off and pickups along the route. Keep the fruit fresh, fresh milk, fresh eggs, butter, and so on. That would only make sense. And you can buy flour anywhere. You have it waiting for you. And if the ship's going from LA to Sydney, Sydney to Hong Kong, and Hong Kong to Dubai, you're going to have flour on board from LA. You're going to have flour on board in Sydney again. You're going to have flour again added in Hong Kong, and then again in Dubai. That would make sense. And the liquids and so on keep the ship at a certain weight and offload the garbage in the meantime. Much more efficient way to run a cruise line, I would say, than having it for the entire voyage. Fair enough. Any more comments coming in here? Robert Penn, my first ever cruise was on the NCL Starward, and looking back, what a piece of but at the time it was nice. It brought me to the island. Brittany Volmonter Sovereign was Sovereign of the Seas. Jim Thomas, how you doing, Jimbo? 97 here in Anderson, California today. Yacht guests in the 70s, but Saturday with chance of rain. Oh gosh, I hope you get that. Body can't take the yo-yo temperatures like it used to. Isn't that something, Jim? Oh my gosh, I'm hoping for some rain for you guys. Kat, but will it ever get too big to go on any ports? Kat, they get to the point where they build the big ships, and then they build out the ports to accompany them. When I first heard about the Oasis class ships being proposed and built, I had read talk of certain islands saying, well, the ship can't come here because we can't accommodate the ship. But then they did the mathematics, and the countries are going, well, wait a minute, hold on a second. If we build out our port and we allow the Oasis of the Seas to come in here, we got 6,000 spenders coming on board here, coming onto the island. 6,000 spenders. And if they're going to build 5 of these ships, and we can get 3 of them once a week to come on in, that's 18,000 people a week coming into our port from one ship, one harbor master. Maybe there's something to this. And sure enough, they're building out the ports. Look at Dominican Republic. They got, what, 4 now, building their 5th, and they're looking to handle multitudes of these ships, 3 or 4 at a time. They want all the big boats to come in. Quite amazing what's going on there. So there you go. Robert Brandis saying, you better pick up booze in St. Thomas, nowhere else. So there you go. Let's see here. Crazy Rich says, he's a salesman. MG, the ships just need 3D food machine. That way they can add more cabins. Let's see. Nurse Nancy wants to know, is that how you got there, Robert? Brittany Lockwood, it was the upper 70s here today, but back in the 80s starting tomorrow. Robert Brandt, 1986 cruise, and I moved in 87, fell in love with the islands and the people back in 87. How about that? Fantastic. Hasn't looked back. Way to go, buddy. Enjoy it, and you've done well with it. More power to you. All right, well, I'm going to gather myself and get ready for trivia tonight. I'm on at 8 o'clock, and I will be ready. I want to thank all of you for tolerating this very difficult show for me. I didn't think it would be, but for whatever reason, it hit me today. But again, thank you for all of your support, your kind words, best wishes. I really appreciate it. Thomas Henry, you're awesome, buddy. Cash card from Costco and a Richmond fridge mag. Thank you, and the Martinique card. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Robert Brandt, thank you for your donation mid-show. Thank you very much for that. I did catch that one. I'll see you guys at 8 o'clock Eastern time. That is at about, 2 hours, 8 minutes from now. I'm ready to roll, and let's have some fun tonight. And then tomorrow is Friday. I'm on at 5 o'clock, and Saturday at 2 o'clock as per usual. Again, Cruising with Wheels, thank you guys for the shout-out. All the other channels out there, thank you for your support and all of your shout-outs. And I'm right back at you with one from this end here. And thank you, everybody, for all of that. Crazy Rich guys, I'd get you a Costco card, but we don't have a Costco. It's okay, guys. It's all right. No problem at all. Robert Brandt saying, you mean I would, Crazy Rich guys. You know, it's me doing that, don't you? It's Dad that does that, right? I know who that is. Thanks, guys, again. I'll catch you at 8 o'clock tonight for trivia. And this is Bruce with Traveling with Bruce saying thanks for joining me today. I'll see you shortly in a couple hours. Bye for now.